We've been on 3 pre-season camps now, firstly to the AIS, Canberra, and then we went up to the Blue Mountains last year. We want a bit of variety in there as well, so we went over to Mudgee this time for a very hot pre-season camp. A few other teams have been there. I think the Matildas have been down there. The Waratahs, some of the Suppy rugby teams have been down there. And obviously you get wind of these teams going down there, but it's actually Seibs' relationship with the Mayor of Mudgee, Des Kennedy. That relationship has really held us in good stead for going to Mudgee.
Firstly, welcome back. I hope you had a good Christmas period, New Year's period. Got a really good opportunity this week to prepare well on and off the field, but also, more important than that, is just connect as a group.
As a wrap, pre-Christmas was a great 6-week training block, boys. I thought you were outstanding, so I think it was just important to reflect on that. These last 2 weeks here, boys, are around you being at your peak. Physically, mentally, with your craft. He's using the pre-Christmas block and the post-Christmas blocks to really get after this period here. And we'll, as coaches, will adjust the volume to get you right going into that first game, boys. The intensity will go up, but the volume will come down. So we'll be nice and fresh going into those first round or 2. You've got 6 or 7 weeks there to be at your absolute best, to give it everything you've got. And that's what we require, boys, this pre-season.
Okay, we'll start 15 minutes.
And with it being the first week back after Christmas, it was more of a footy-based camp, so it was about bringing the players back together, connecting the players up, installing some of our game model that we wanted to do. Really, really worthwhile at that time of year.
Finding our skill again, boys. Put that second guy under pressure. Simo. Nice.
Right here.
Last one, boys. Last one. Tip. Great job.
Yes.
Great work,
Nice,
boys.
lads.
Great job. Great
Here we go. Under pressure. Good job.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been really enjoyable so far. I've loved every minute since starting here. It's been a great working environment, being under Seibs and the other coaching staff. Yeah, it's also been wonderful to be back around some of the guys that I actually played with a few years back, and that's been really cool to be watching them and seeing them through a different light now. It's not too different in the sense that I've got a great love for this club and for this jersey, and I want to see this club get all the success that it deserves. So yeah, just trying to do all that I can from a coaching point of view to help pass on my experience as a player and my knowledge of the game onto these guys that are in the mix of it now, and particularly our younger guys coming through, and do all I can to help the boys start the year off as well as they can. Yeah, boys, just going to touch on some really good stuff we did yesterday, and then some stuff we can improve on, all right? So, yeah, as Steve's touched on, if you're unsure with anything, make sure you ask up whilst me and Noddy are going through these clips. So we want you boys to be really confident with your footy, right? I know you're young, I know you're learning, I know you're growing, but counting numbers and playing numbers, that's rugby league, right? So back yourselves. That's an easy 15 metres down the short side, and then we can play off the back of that. So that was really good growth there, Maps. Next clip. Yeah, well, Seibs has come up with the initiative to fast track those guys and give them the extra education that we feel that they need. You know, it can be pretty daunting for a young guy who's 18, 19, coming into a first grade environment where they might have a bit more added anxiety around meetings and taking in, I guess, the structure and format of what we want to achieve in a training session. And I think it's a great idea by Seibs to throw in extra video sessions and education sessions for those guys, where you create an environment where they actually feel comfortable asking questions, and where we're doing those sessions with those guys and they're getting a lot out of it, which is really cool.
Warm, mate.
Hot, 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 hot.
Just got to get through today. Slow post on Instagram isn't the worst thing. Just get it all out of the way. You know what I mean?
Just take a screen like this.
Bit more. Yeah.
Enough to each other.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Same person. Step out, keep your heels off.
Next drill, boys, that banded drive out. Come on, Matt. Team. Oh, well. Excellent. Nice, mate.
Ready, hold up. Ready, hold up. Ready, hold up.
Obviously Mudgee's pretty warm, but I didn't really understand how warm it was going to be. There was no wind. The conditions were tough. The way the boys went about it was amazing. It was really, really impressive. And I just thought the way they applied themselves in very, very tough conditions was outstanding.
Just one thing for me. Energy from the start, yeah? Everyone started getting chatty when we were like last 2-3 reps. I need energy from the start, yeah? Intensity.
Plenty of meat. Big day of training.
You got a big session, 2 hours, you know, I don't want to go hard. Can't say that's empty, is it? You reckon that's empty? It's about to be empty. Yep. On. Yep. On. Yep.
Stretch up.
We've got Greavesy here, who we've took from AFL, and his role is around leadership and to bring the leaders up to speed in terms of the way they connect, way they lead, finding out how they lead. We did loads of really good activities. But one of the activities was about connecting. So you'd have a conversation with someone who you wouldn't necessarily have a conversation with, and then you two, we had certain questions that we needed to answer, and then those two connected with another two, so it was Connect 4, and then those 4 connected with another 4, so it was Connect 8. The group expanded each time. We all went round, we told our stories, where we come from, people who had inspired us, etc, etc. So it's unfamiliar, particularly for men, that vulnerability, putting yourself out there a little bit more, but unless we're going to do that and understand where each other come from a little bit more, what it makes each other tick, the level of connection is always going to be, you know, just surface level. It feels like the group's really growing and really connecting. Greaves are doing a great job. I think the leaders are doing an amazing job, the way they're stepping up and getting hold of their mentor groups and getting hold of the team. So yeah, you know, things are pretty positive.
We're going to have 2 balls each, so each is a head-to-head game. Winner goes through.
Jakey's team, mentor group, so I'm going for Jakey. Okay. Just got to put the boys on the map for us here.
Not bad.
What do we mean for that? Thank you.
Yeah, getting away to Mudgee was great. Watching the guys spend a whole lot of time together, seeing the conversations that were taking place around the environment where we were staying, and same with staff. We were able to plan meetings for the next day, plan our trainings, just have general conversations about life and footy, which is a hugely important week for us also.
Don't forget about your footwork now. Good, Jake.
Joey Walsh, he's had an exceptional pre-season to date. He's really impressed me. Watched him from afar and heard things about him last season whilst I was still playing. To actually, be within the four walls now and being able to have an impact on his game. But he's a player I feel is going to have a huge future for this club, and he's got still so many levels to go, but it's pretty exciting, where he's at currently. Young Anthony is another one that we're fast tracking, and he's only 18, but he's training full time and he's an excitement machine. So those two young halves in particular are guys that I'm working closely with, and been really cool to see them, I guess, in the flesh.
The team's been training really hard pre-Christmas, and there've probably been a few standout players. Obviously, Molly coming back from injury, and he's come back fit, strong, in shape, and I think that carried through to Mudgee. He was outstanding both on and off the pitch with his leadership. I think Bull has been really good as well. I think he scored 15 tries in Mudgee, which is outstanding for a front rower. And then obviously you've got Jake and you've got Turbo as well, two of our other leaders, who I think have been really impressive. So, I think the leaders just are doing a really good job at the minute.
Hey, big ups to boy, hey. Manly on ball! Yeah! 1, 2, 3!